Hey kids, welcome back to Enter the Atmosphere. Woo! This is part 2 of our little NAMM 2024.
Yeah, we had so much to talk about. We could not even fit it in one episode, and it may be even a third. We just don't know yet, but we have a lot to tell you. We had so much fun.
It was a blast.
There's so many things to celebrate.
Yeah.
So grab your glass.
Yep, there we go.
Jeff just won a Grammy.
Woohoo!
Yay! Cheers. Go
Thanks to
team.
these guys. Thanks to Lainey Wilson. Yeah, it was. She won Album of the Year, and I got to mix that in Atmos. And
Bell Bottom Country album.
What a trip, huh? What an honor. So cool.
Super cool.
So we're gonna get into a bunch of stuff. We got I don't know. We got 4, 5, 6, 7 products we didn't even get close to talking to. So
Let's do it.
you ready to do it? Let's do it.
Do it.
Right after this.
Try another pass.
Okay, we put in the Atmos theme.
All right, welcome back. So first up, we're going to talk about Eventide. We finally made our way over to the guitar world, that area, and made sure we stopped in to meet them. We met Patrick there, and this was right after the Tech Awards.
Yeah,
so
they just won for the H90. Yeah, which is really cool. And
they just had their award like sitting right out. Oh.
and I went photo op.
So we got a picture. Yeah, check this out.
That's cool. So after that, we got to talking about they got some new products that have just come out. 2 of them, the Black Hole immersive version, and then the Micro Pitch immersive version. So I'm excited to get my hands on those and review them, and it should be in an upcoming episode. But from what I saw, unbelievable. I use Black Hole all the time. Everybody loves that. It's one of the best plugins out there for really vast, huge, humongous reverbs, and it's just cool. So I can't wait to hear it in immersive. It's going to be cool. So we'll let you know. Coming soon. Yeah.
Next up, we want to talk about Avid. We went over there, we got to talk about new equipment and some potential new partner stuff going on, and then we got to meet Carlos, and he saw the show.
Yeah, that was cool.
So
yeah.
we took a picture, so there's that.
Yeah, what a nice guy. That was fun. Then we went over to their booth and got to check out the new Pro Tools update, which is really exciting because the new Pro Tools update, if you haven't heard, which you're living under a rock if you haven't heard this, but it's got the renderer for Dolby Atmos built into the new version of Pro Tools, and it's pretty unbelievably slick. So you can, what I really liked about it is you didn't have to pick one or the other. You could still keep your setup like you do with the way I do with the mastering computer, and keeping it separate. But so you load it in, say you put it on your laptop and you want to go take it off with your laptop and work through that, you just change which renderer you're going to go to. So you can either go the internal or the external. So I thought that was really cool, and a lot of other features and stuff, but yeah, exciting times. Yeah. So
We do have a little clip of us checking this out. So
Yeah.
we're gonna put here.
yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
How's it work?
Yeah, right.
How's it cook?
So we've basically, as of last year, we've integrated a Dolby Atmos renderer into Pro Tools, which is a big deal because people have been doing Atmos for a long time with Pro Tools for music and post, but it's never been this simple to do it. No kind of connecting of separate apps, separate computer, time code, Dolby Audio Bridge. That stuff's not necessary. You basically have everything under the hood, which allows people, especially musicians that haven't played with Atmos before, to kind of just turn it on and start working. And whether that's in headphones for binaural, or they actually have a 714 or a 514 speaker setup, the cost or the time to kind of get it going is like exponentially faster than it used to be. So you can really start being creative quick. And so basically, just to kind of give you a little bit of what it's about, under the hood, you basically have a dedicated tab now in Pro Tools in the I/O setup, which is even if you're doing external, even if you still use a separate machine, you can connect hack that, but literally as a user, you just literally come in here, turn this on.
Color codes, that's great.
Yeah, and it builds objects and beds for you. And then, like you said, color coding is great because when you start setting up your session, you can, hey, here's my drums, here's my keys, here's my synths, here's my strings. And then those colors, those basically manifest you can see the beats are purple, right? You can see the glitches are green, you can see the bass are orange.
That's awesome.
So whether I'm an object or a bed, I can see the color immediately of that when I use that, when I click on that and work with that in Pro Tools. But then obviously you have a way to see the output, right? And you can even switch monitoring. I can switch on the fly. How is this going to sound in 5.1? How is it going to sound binaural, right? You can see all the objects and beds. You can even see the groups. You can optionally choose to see the food group on the actual moving object, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so this is a big deal. Really just super powerful, but really simple to set up so people can start working and start experiencing Atmos for their work.
That's right. So no more excuses. You guys get out there and download this new version. So let's go.
Yeah, you're a big fan of color coding.
Yeah, I do like color coding. That's great. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. That's awesome.
Rupert Neve.
Next up, Rupert Neve.
Rupert Neve.
Shout out to Doug Simpson for going over and making this introduction happen.
That's right. They got a really cool piece of gear. It is an 8-channel mic pre. It's called the RMP. I'm gonna make sure I say that right. RMPD8, and it's super cool. And it's got Dante built into it. It's just going to work amazingly in our workflow. And they're sending us a couple of them to try out.
So wonderful.
Yeah, so we're going to use it on an upcoming session that we'll talk about here in a little bit. But
so shout out to Rupert.
yeah,
Neve.
and we're going to do a complete review of what we think. But we've heard great things and look forward to it. Cool.
Another big win for NAMM. Like,
Yep.
This, I can't wait for you guys to see this footage. It was such a wonderful moment, and talk about a Herschel and knowing really how to treat his loyal customers.
Yeah,
Because
it was a
how
cool-
many Triad Orbit stuff do we not always talk about them on the
Yeah.
show? And there's so many in this room right now.
Yeah, and it's been, one of those things that I've bought every piece that's in this room because I love their stuff. This is not a give me kind of situation. They actually do make the best hardware I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. So,
Heavy duty.
Yeah.
And they have a new partnership with Zorbit. And so literally when we were talking to him, he offered
yeah.
custom Zorbit desk.
Yeah. I'm like,
So
wow, that's
yeah,
cool.
just take a look at this footage. I mean,
Yeah.
our reactions. Oh, and then by the way, I do have to say right before this is like, Herschel does not ever want to be in any pictures or videos. So I just want to note that if you're wondering why I have someone's head cut off the entire time. He just says he'd prefer it that way, to just kind of have his hands and his voice in videos, but just not have his face. So that is why.
The wizard behind the curtain.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
That's it.
So check this out.
There you go. You would laugh so hard if you saw my setup. I've got where my Apple monitor is. I've got these crazy concoctions that's holding a light, a microphone, and my camera. It's face forward on me, and then another camera to the side. It's all Triad. I look like a Triad store.
I'm so happy.
I love your stuff. It's amazing. And this. My desk is too big that I have in there, and I want to get down to a smaller desk so I can,
Okay, well, Jeff.
and this is
Jeff.
yeah.
So my gift and a thank you is I'm going to let you guys design a unit. Where's Klaus? Well, with that being said, I'm asking Klaus to take your order. Do you guys design it? This is custom. It'll be built to order for
Wow.
Okay? And with that,
Amazing.
this will turn your workspace into a playground of Triad Orbit. Okay? And with
That's a blessing.
Happy dance!
Because we've been talking. Yeah.
How seriously amazing. We were like, our socks were blown off. Is
Yeah,
that not the most
that's-
like Midwestern thing to say ever?
That was
But
very That's all right.
we were
Golly
so pumped.
jeepers.
Oh, geez Louise. That was amazing. But seriously,
funny.
thank you, Triad Orbit and Zorbit, so much. I mean, what a beautiful partnership. They seem very excited about it. We cannot wait to learn more and talk to them about it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Super sweet. All right, so we left the wonderful folks at Triad to head on over to the Odyssey booth. We love these guys. We've had a long relationship with them, and as everybody knows that's watched the show, I live and breathe and sleep and die by the MM500s. These bad boys right here. This is what I mix everything on.
Those are your dailies.
That's the ride or dies right there, buddy. But one thing I was really interested in is because one of the problems when you're mixing for a record label, and especially for an artist that's out of town, or just someone's in a remote location that you can't get them in the room and put headphones on in here and listen in the room and do all that stuff, is how do you get a mix approved? That's a problem. And we've had all these different formats and different things from MP4s. Now we got high-res bins, all this stuff. So again, it's still kind of like, how do we get it to where they can really hear what it's going to sound like when it comes out on Apple? So Intre, our friends at Odyssey, they've got this new headphone that is called the Maxwell. Grab that thing over there and show me. So these things have a really cool price point. I'm not exactly sure what they retail for, but they're, as you can see, they're used for gaming and whatnot. But what makes these special? And I won't go into the technical because I don't understand all the technical how they do what they do. I just know they sound amazing. You basically take this little dongle and you put it in the front of your computer, and you run the renderer. And the renderer, you have to update it and stuff, but the renderer will recognize these, and now you can sit there with the renderer playing the actual ADM BWF file right into your headphones, and it does head tracking and all that stuff if you want that. Wow. So you think about that. So you buy the rendering software, and you buy a pair of Maxwells, and for under $500, you've got a very, very efficient way of listening to Atmos mixes and approving them before they go to the DSP. So, wow. I mean, that's awesome. That changes a lot of lives, because I guarantee you, I ain't the only one out there that's whined and complained in the past about, getting a mix approved. You work so hard in here, and then people wind up sticking on, AirPods and with no low end and blah blah blah. And
Didn't you say that sometimes artists will text you and hit you up and they say that they only hear drums?
Oh yeah.
Because they just don't. This is stuff that happens in real life, you guys.
Yeah. So like, sometimes you'll send the ADM and you'll send a high band res, and you specifically in the title go headphones only. This is for the DSP, and inevitably someone will play it. And if it's my mix, the only thing that I put in the bed is the drums. So I'll get that phone call. Hey, dude.
There's
all I
something
hear
wrong
is
with
drums.
my song.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh god, you played the wrong one. So yeah, anyways, hopefully this is definitely an amazing step into the right direction. Thanks to Odyssey, and thanks to the guys at Dolby for including that as part of one of their updates. So wow,
We love it. We love it.
It's killer. So. All right, what's next? We got
DPA.
Yes.
They were so busy at NAMM
Oh my
because
God.
they were giving backstage tours and very intense, small group conversations at NAMM right behind the Yamaha stage.
Yeah.
We even could walk onto the stage
Yeah.
while we were there when
Well,
the United stage.
Yeah, band was on there. It was amazing. That was
Yeah.
cool. Our buddy Paul from DPA took us for a tour, and here's what was really amazing about that gig. Every single mic that was on that stage, from the drums to the amps to the vocal mics, all DPA, everything, and it was unbelievable.
But you heard in the room to the left that
Oh,
we
yeah,
went in, you
yeah.
could solo out things.
Yeah,
And you heard yourself, like how clear.
it was. First off, if you've ever mic'd up drums live, you know that you're going to get bleed from everybody and everything.
Practically
There was no bleed.
only
Like,
on the bongo drums. Was
yeah,
there
just
a
a little bit, yeah,
but
but that was it, yeah.
it blew our minds.
It was incredible, yeah. So, with that being said, I'd never really experienced an all DPA mic'd drum kit, so I kind of geeked out pretty hard. So, anyways, we talked today to our good buddy Paul, and they are going to send over the whole kit for the drum kit. Actually, we're stealing it from Ocean Way
Ooh, okay.
for a few
well,
days, and
Well, that is a win for us.
yeah.
So we're
so
excited.
we're gonna have it on the on the session that I mentioned earlier in the show. Let's talk about that. Okay, so
we have
here's
a couple
what.
sessions coming up.
So we're gonna do an episode coming up where we're gonna go into the studio across the street. It's called Soundstage, and it's a very famous studio that everybody from Keith Urban to Dolly Parton to Reba to blah 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 blah.
And they have Studio A, and then the backstage, right?
Backstage.
And then a third one,
Yeah.
all in this one building.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
huge.
Amazing place. Love those guys over. Nick Autry is the guy to run that. If you've ever been there, you know him. He's a trip, good buddy. So we're gonna go over there and we're gonna record the entire session and how we do it and how we mic things, and with the premise of we're gonna mix this in Atmos. So we're not going to be doing things any different except for the fact that there's going to be a couple of things we're going to mic just a little bit differently so that we have options whenever we go in to mix it. We're going to use DPAs on the drums exclusively, and then we're going to mic up everything else in the room normally like we do. The vocal mic we're going to be using is from our buddies at Heiserman. They're sending a 47 or 48, I think they call it the H48, and they're sending their
Another
their
win.
flagship 251. Yeah, so we're gonna AB those and see how they get, and we're going to have season 17 winner of American Idol Lane Hardy on here to cut a song. So we're gonna take you through. We're gonna show you the drummer to the bass player to everybody and how we do it and what we're doing. What
stay tuned
mics,
for
every
that.
little inch of the recording process and how we do it in Nashville, down to our number system, and then we're going to take that product and bring it back over here to BMG Studio A and do editing, and we're just going to let you peek under the hood at a
Literally
session.
see it from.
Yeah, and yeah, I got the idea from stole it from Rick Beato, but I thought it was really cool. I did it, and so I thought, oh, cool. Let's take it to the next step of showing it all the way to Atmos
Yes.
and completion with an artist. So.
And while we just got done telling you how we're going to get these mics in from DPA, check out this footage of us checking out all the mics.
Yeah, fun.
One of the neat things that we were highlighting up on stage is what was happening with the drums. This guy right here, the DDK 4000, I was utilizing a lot of those microphones. So this kit right here, I'm not a sales guy, so don't quote me on this, but I think this lists for around $5,100. What you're getting with it is a lot of the essentials.
Seriously,
That was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was rocking.
I loved that tour, and I loved that they got to do that. And I asked them if they've ever gotten to do that before, and they said not in quite that big of a way.
Yeah.
And just on the footage, the weather was amazing that day.
Weather was great.
Perfect in Anaheim.
The food was good.
We did go, I think we talked about some restaurants and they didn't make it to the last episode, but we did go to some pretty wild restaurants during our trip.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know, I should know the name of that.
Oh, the Mexican restaurant that we went to?
Yes.
Oh, they had Mexican karaoke and it was hilarious.
It was
We had a
great.
blast. It was so much fun.
And they asked us what our request was, and we ended up requesting Nashi, and we
Yeah.
ended up requesting
Alex
Ponce.
Ponce.
And they were like,
And they
how
go,
do you know
How do you
these
know this?
artists?"
You know, gringos, how you know? You know, so, anyways, it was fun. That was fun. I'm telling this story. All right, so we go to...
No.
Yeah, I'm telling it.
No.
So...
We can just leave it at the food. We can just leave it at
No. So we go to this Indian restaurant. It's called Red Heat. We got time to kill. It's it's Sunday afternoon. We've
about
left
to
the
catch our
show.
flight.
Yeah, we got to catch a flight.
We're on the red eye back.
Yeah, we're on the. I left 11 o'clock LA
Late
time. LA, and so we're hungry. We're gonna get some food. Okay, so we go to this Indian restaurant called Red He, okay, and it was great. We took our buddy Mark Ellis from Belmont over here, was hanging out. Hey, Marcus.
He surprised you and came
Yeah,
out to them, and then we got to hang out with him.
His friend.
It
Anyways,
was great.
so we got there, we went and ate, and we had a large time. We were laughing, cutting up, and then we called Ubers and decided to take off. Yeah. So we get in the car, and it's an hour drive, and I think you passed out, snoozed out, chilling.
Yeah, I don't know what I was
So
doing.
we get there, you know, we're walking to the airport, and we're sitting there, and I go, okay, grab your stuff, you know, and I'm pulling up our tickets and everything. She goes,
I was like, Jeff, I do not have any, like, I don't have my purse. I don't have my pink
I
purse.
said, quit lying, you're lying.
And I was like, no, I don't have my phone. I do not have my driver's license. I don't have my main credit card. Like
nothing.
nothing.
Like nada, like zero.
nothing to
We're-
get on this plane right now.
We're in LAX.
Like, yeah.
It's an hour back to Anaheim. We don't have enough time to go back and go get our purse,
No.
and the place is already closed, and I can't get anybody on the phone.
This is why we said we survived in Title
We
I.
survived. Yes, this is how we survived. So, by the grace of God and Costco, she happens to have a Costco card in her bag that had a little bitty tiny little picture of her. And so we went up to the TSA and just started telling our story, and I think crocodile tears.
Yeah, I had a AAA card and my Costco card.
Yeah,
That
so
is it.
so we sweet talked our way in there, and I called a friend of mine who's a TSA guy
At
here
BNA here
at
in
BNA,
Nashville.
and I said, "You gotta help me, So he made a couple of phone calls.
It's
and
embarrassing.
so she's out there doing her thing, and finally they let you through.
Talking about this literally stresses me out.
Oh
all
my
over
God!
again.
Because then,
We had to go through like 12 to 13 people.
oh my
like,
gosh, it took
just to
a
get on
minute.
this
Yeah,
plane.
well, and that you know, it's like it's amazing we got on the plane, but I understand we don't have any ID at all. Nothing. There's nothing.
I didn't also have a boarding pass because
That was
it
on
was
my
on.
phone.
It would have been on my phone, but I did not have my phone.
Yeah.
with me.
So it was on.
So
yeah.
it only was on his phone. So I literally had nothing to get on this plane
Yeah.
proper.
So finally, she got released, and we're taking off. We're headed over to this. Basically, it was like going to another airport because we had to walk.
It was like
I'm not kidding you. Was it like
a long
it was a
walk.
haul?
I thought I was being punished.
Oh, I know. It's like, oh, they're getting even with us. You know,
I thought they were sending me like around the bend and then
Oh,
some
gosh.
just to get to the plane.
It was unbelievable. So 30 minutes, a 30-minute walk, and the funny part is they let her go first, and I couldn't find her, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't
Right.
believe her. You know, here.
So I finally got to the gate and made the phone call to be like, "Hey, I'm here. Like,
Yeah,
what's up? Where are
yeah.
you?" Like,
And I go, okay, you're at the gate. Okay, cool. So I take off, and I'm
Hauled ass.
I'm hauling, sweating like crazy when I got there finally. But we did get on the flight.
and
we
I
made
managed
it
to get
back.
on the flight because he had the boarding pass. He was there. We both got on. I thought we both were not gonna get on at first.
Yeah, it was a little touch and go there, just to say. But
So,
anyway,
yeah, we
so
made
when
it.
we say we survived, barely.
It was such a great trip, and
Yeah.
honestly, that whole experience is definitely it's just been a story to tell.
Yeah, it's
I've never done anything like that before.
one for the ages.
I normally don't lose people. We always double check if we have stuff.
Yeah.
So it
you
was
got this,
just
you got this, you got
not
this.
a normal situation.
No, it was.
I'm just let me preface that.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
yeah.
now it's out there in public. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We survived, but okay. So that's let's see, what else we got to talk about? Anything else? We miss anything? I think that's about it, isn't it?
That's about it.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Well, hey.
Oh, wait, shout out to Mix with the Masters because we got to go over and
Oh,
see
yeah,
some of their
yeah,
shows.
yeah, that's
They
right.
did such a great job and also get Jeff introduced. And so,
Yeah.
huge
Hopefully,
shout out. We can't
hopefully
wait
get to do some of them in the future. That'd
Yeah,
be great. So.
awesome. And then also, huge shout out.
Huge shout out to Lainey Wilson, man. You go, girl. Congratulations.
Team BMG
again, yeah.
taking stuff home.
Taking it home.
Getting the
Yes,
Grammy.
sir.
And Jeff got to work on that entire album. So
Yeah, what an
we're
honor.
going to be seeing something come in the mail.
Yeah. Well,
We have to
well,
find a shelf of space,
right.
maybe
right.
in our new studio
Yeah,
space.
that could be it. Yeah. So, thanks, guys. We really appreciate everybody that came up to us and said they, they'd seen the show, and that makes you feel good because we work hard on this. This is, it's a labor of love, obviously, and it's one of those things that, or you don't know if anybody appreciates what you're doing. But when we got to NAMM, people came up and they were just so kind, so nice, and said, "Keep it coming." So we're back here, like, let's do a show a day.
Let's do a show.
You know?
But it
I
also,
wish we
like,
could, but
we have gained so many subscribers just in the last, like, what, week and some?
Yeah,
So
it's been-
we're almost to 20,000.
we're right at 20,000. Yeah, so
we're
that's
super excited.
That's really cool. So, hey, before we go, you got shows coming up and stuff. She's about to be out on the road, and I'm gonna have to fly solo.
I
But
do.
yeah.
And not to, like, rub it in your face or anybody that's watching, but I'm going to be going over to the UK for about 5 weeks,
Yeah.
and I happen to be talking to Matthew Turner over at Neve, and sounds like I might pop over for a day and get like the tour of the whole thing,
How does that work?
which Jeff said I could borrow the Pocket 3 for my trip,
Yeah, you need
so
to film everything
I
where you
have
go.
to get some footage.
Yeah, so that'll be a blast. But if you're out and you see her around, you gotta go see her live. She's a hoot. She's fun.
Definitely
Yeah,
like to sing
yeah.
some funny songs.
Well, that's great. Well, that's our
Thank you.
show, guys. You bet. That's our show, guys. And be safe this week. Be safe this weekend. God bless all you guys. And we will see you next time.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't forget, subscribe and click the bell down below and make sure you get notified for all of our upcoming episodes here at Enter the Atmosphere.
What do you think?
Let's look at it.
Okay.
We did it.
Damn, I wish I would have recorded that.
What? No, you don't. You skip that. We
Oh,
don't.
I'm fixing to do. You want me to?
No, you don't have to.
Well, maybe I want to.
I mean, I'm on the damn show.